Interlude. The devil's sneer in the late hours of the night. Ah. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. In the hidden cellar beneath my bedroom, I vented all my rage on the sloppily dressed devil. I kicked the broken devil Max that couldn't even fulfill a single wish again and again. Yee yee yee. The devil made strange noises when he was kicked and squatted with his head in his arms. How long has it been since I summoned this low-ranking devil with the divine relic? Normally, I'll find it easier to get along after spending so much time together with someone. However, I still can't get used to him. It's all because of you. If you were a more reliable devil, my Lalatina wouldn't have been snatched away right there. Is your power to manipulate events so limited? Trash. Trash. You trash. Yee yee yee, my devil powers will be weakened in a church. More importantly, someone seems to have broken the curse, Alderp. Max maintained his position of squatting and hugging his head as he nonchalantly said something unexpected. The curse is broken? You piece of, can't you even curse a mere human to death? I roared as I kicked Max once more. This fellow with a terrible memory even forgot that he didn't receive any price in return. I only used him for so long because I didn't need to offer him anything. Was it time to throw him away? However, I still need his powers to wipe the slate clean. After all, what I said to Lalatina before the influential nobles and people in town was inappropriate. In the heat of the moment, I used foul language on Lalatina, whose peerage was far higher than mine. But that's fine too, I can openly execute that damn brat who barged into the ceremony now. Lalatina might offer herself in order to save him. Max. Change the memories of everyone who attended the ceremony, as well as those who heard what I said to my advantage, and settle everything by tomorrow morning. Understand? I thought about what to do tomorrow as I said this and left the dim cellar. Yee yee. Can't do it, Alderp. I'm not that powerful. His words made me stop. Can't do it? This broken devil had never gone against my words. No matter what I wanted or how I wished to twist the facts, he'd never say that it was impossible. This was the first time he said that. Can't do it? I'm aware of the fact that you're a low-ranked devil. After all, you were randomly summoned by that divine relic. However, you don't have the right to reject me. Do it. I don't know what you can or cannot do, just get it done. Are there too many people? Isn't memory manipulation your strongest suit? Do it now. Despite that. Can't do it. There's a light. Yee, the strong light that dismissed the spell is in my way, I really can't do it. When I heard the devil's negative response, my wrath got to my head. Enough, useless devil. I'll undo the contract with you and summon a more powerful devil. This is my last order. Bring Lalatina to me. Use your power to manipulate events and bring Lalatina over right now. I'll then pay all of the outstanding price. Max reacted to this. Price? You want to pay the price? It's true. I'm serious. You're too stupid, that's why you forgot that I've paid the price multiple times already. I'll properly pay it this time. Go, bring Lalatina to me. I faked a friendly tone and said to the devil without the ability to retain memories. I've already conned him plenty of times. At this moment. Is the Lord of the Territory here? It's me. I'm here to apologize for what happened today, may you grant me an audience. Someone knocked on the door to the cellar. No one should know about the existence of this room. Why at this hour, why does she know about this cellar? All this didn't matter. I'd never mistake this voice. Lalatina. Is that Lalatina? Alright, great job Max. Splendid. You did amazingly. I don't know how you did it, but I'll fulfill my promise and pay the price. The contract's undone. You're free. Oh Lalatina, I'm opening the door now. I didn't do anything. Yee. Yee. You want to pay the price? Undo the contract? I ignored Max, who was mumbling about something, and opened the cellar door. The one who was looking down at me was without a doubt Lalatina. And she was wearing a seductive negligee, and had a warm smile she normally wouldn't show. She slowly descended down the cellar stairs. Her attire and smile conjured the darkest desires within me. Lalatina said sweet and softly with an apologetic face. I'm very sorry, my lord. I'll apologize for what happened earlier in the day. Please allow me to offer my body in exchange for the lives of my comrades. I understood everything when I heard that. Just as I expected, this woman was here to plead for mercy for her companions. I couldn't hold it in anymore. The woman I'd been pinning for all these years was dressed like that before me. I couldn't wait for Lalatina to walk all the way down and was about to pounce on her. Lalatina's mouth opened in laughter as her figure distorted like a mirage. Standing there was. Ha ha ha. You think it's Lalatina? Too bad, it's moi. Oh, what intense dark emotions. How delicious, delicious. Ha ha ha. A masked man was standing there dressed in a tuxedo similar to Max. Who are you? Who the hell are you? This chilly feeling. It's just like Max. Devil. You must be a devil. I pointed at the man before me who was probably a devil, and he sneered. Max. Kill this despicable devil right now. I screamed as I pointed at the masked devil. To take the form of Lalatina that I dreamed so much about and feast on my feeling of disappointment and loss, how evil. This disappointment as if I'd fallen into a chasm. I'll never forgive him. Why must I kill my kin? Ye. Have I met you before? Max ignored my order and asked. How many times has he defied me today? What was with this devil? Is he broken? While I was thinking about that, the masked devil before me displayed perfect etiquette that'd make a noble like me jealous and bowed towards Max. This is the 100th or 1000th time moi have introduced myself to thee. It's the same this time. How do you do, Maxwell? Maxwell, manipulator of facts. Maxwell, twister of truth. Moi art the devil that can see through everything, Vanir. Devil that twists the truth, Maxwell, moi have come to receive thee. The broken devil wasn't called Max, but Maxwell? No, he said to receive him. Vanir. Vanir. Why's your name so nostalgic? Have we met before? Ha ha ha, thou always say that every time we meet. Thou art Maxwell. Thou came from another world without your memories, thou art moi kin. Let's be off to the place thou ought to be, back to hell. Wait, hold up. He's my servant. Don't decide on your own and take him away. I blurted out on reflex, but the devil named Vanir merely laughed. Servant? Thou art think Maxwell who art one of the dukes of hell like moi a servant to someone like you. Arrogant shorty whose only strong point's your luck. Luck's really the only thing thou have going for thee. It just so happens the first devil you summoned is Maxwell, how fortunate. If thou summoned any other devil, the moment the summoning succeeds, thou would be torn to shreds if thee didn't pay the price. However, your luck's really good. The ignorant Maxwell. Powerful, but as simple as a child. It's thanks to him that thou reached your current position, so thou should repay him properly. I didn't know what he was talking about. That Max I've been raising was a Duke of Hell? No, I climbed to my current status by my own power. That broken devil only contributed insignificantly. I was confused by what Vanir pointed out, and the masked devil added on with a sneer. Also, before moi appeared, you said this to Maxwell. I'll fulfill my promise and pay the price. The contract's undone. You're free. I realized I messed up. I thought Max used his powers to bring Lalatina to this place. In a moment of excitement, I said all that. So this was the devil that claimed he could see through everything. He knew this would happen and chose this moment to come here. And he seemed to have seen through what I was thinking at the very moment. Yes, the contract between thou and Maxwell's the problem. Thou really made moi go round in circles. Round in circles? So you, could it be? Yes, just as you imagined. Moi created the opportunity for that brat to pay off the debt and told him about thee. Ha ha ha. This is great. What magnificent negative emotions. Delicious, delicious indeed. I clenched my trembling fists. You dare do such a thing. If you just wanted this broken devil, you should have just told me up front. If you would have revealed your identity, I would have given him to you from the very start. You don't need to involve the entire city and make me lose face before everyone. That's right, if I knew there was a devil that could see through so much, I won't do something so daring. The devil faced me and said nonchalantly something ridiculous. How interesting. Ha ha ha, what a good show indeed. Even that goddess is dancing on the palm of moi hand this time. When that delinquent devil participated in the ceremony, she to ask for moi assistance to incubate the egg. She let me taste the negative emotions of absolute shame. Tormented by thy lust, thy love finally blossomed. But the moment thou achieved thy goal, the bride was snatched away. Thy negative emotions in that moment. It was so delicious that moi would have no regrets if moi was to be vanquished at that moment. What's he saying? What's this devil saying? Well then, Sir Landlord. Moi have no further business with thee. Moi will take Maxwell back to hell and moi will continue to work harder under that crazy shop owner. It seems that this devil was planning to leave with Max. It can't be helped. I didn't know Max was such a powerful devil, but there'll be a way even if he leaves. However, what should I do for tomorrow? I won't be able to wipe away the evidence of my wrongdoing from now on. As I was troubled over this. Vanir. Before I go back, I've to let Alder pay the price. He said he wants to pay the price. The excited Max made a whistling sound like a flute and said happily. Shit, I think I did say that. I get it. The price, huh? I'll pay, so hurry up. And go back. Before I could finish, a dull crack reverberated in the dim cellar. I realized it was the sound of my arm snapping. Was after I saw Max holding my broken arms. It hurts. I screamed as my broken arms remained tightly in his grip. Alderp. Your screams are great, Alderp. The broken devil was still saying nonsense. What are you doing? Release me, Max. Stop. It hurts, stop. When he heard my cries, the devil that I'd been with so long showed an expression for the first time. The face that was as expressionless as its mask twisted, turning into a genuine, unblemished smile. Vanir then said. Ha. Maxwell, thou can continue with this in hell. This man owes thee a huge price. Just bring this man back to hell, and let him pay back slowly. Even though my senses turned vague because of the pain, I heard something that couldn't be taken lightly. The price thou need to pay for the service of Maxwell will be in accordance with the time stipulated in the contract, during which thou shalt continuously release the negative emotions Maxwell likes. Yes, thou worked Maxwell really hard and led a really depraved life. Thou probably can't clear the debt before the end of your lifespan. The masked devil's words sent a chill down my back. Even the pain in my arm was thrown to the back of my mind as I tried my best to bargain with the devil. I got it. It was wrong of me to work you so hard. How about this, first, my massive? Thy wealth, ha? When Maxwell returns to hell, all thy wrongdoings will be exposed and all thy assets will be confiscated and managed by House Dustiness. After that, it'd be returned to that guy who's regretting in his home, complaining that, I shouldn't have cockily thrown all my money away, I should mercilessly make that woman pay me back with her body, as well as the town and kingdom. Vanir, the devil that can see through everything, declares that thou art penniless. When I heard that, my teeth chattered and I almost fainted. All the money I accumulated. In that case, pick as many people as you like in this mansion in place of me, right? Unfortunately, the obligation of payment must be done by the contractee. Oh, such negative emotion is hard to come by, but despair isn't to moi taste. That's what Maxwell prefers though. After hearing that, I finally stopped the quivering of my body. Max. I did many cruel things to you. Cruel things. But please, can you save me? Spare me, Max, I don't really hate you. It's true. Please, Max. Vanir merely snickered as he listened to me and didn't correct my lies for some reason. Max released his hold onto my arms. I collapsed onto the ground. With a glimmer of hope because of his action, I uneasily looked up at Max. He was smiling happily. An innocent and pure smile. This devil that had always been expressionless showed a smile as pure as a child. Alderp. Me too. I like you too, Alderp. Vanir continued to snicker as he watched me, and I didn't know what was wrong. The broken devil I've known for such a long time continued excitedly shouting with a flushed face. Alderp. I like you, Alderp. Stay by my side in hell, Alderp. I want to enjoy your despair forever, Alderp. Oh, I see now. So the reason why I couldn't bring myself to like this devil was this. I was terrified from the bottom of my heart, terrified of the hidden nature of this devil. With the smiling devil before me, I couldn't stand the fear anymore. Oh my god. Oh, the feelings are mutual, Alderp. Maxwell's the type who likes to go above and beyond, he'll definitely toy with you all day and night. Ha. God, please let this broken devil lose his interest in me and grant me a quick death. With the laughter of the devil in my ears, I prayed to God for the first time in my life. I'll cherish you, Alderp. Unlike the girls you abandoned after abducting them, I'll take care not to break you. Epilogue. Welcome back. The next morning after we snatched Darkness away. The landlord's missing? When Darkness who came over to my mansion to report this, I thought I misheard that. Why'd that old man who kept crying Lalatina disappear? Yes, the servants couldn't find him anywhere. I was baffled by what Darkness said. I thought the landlord would lay siege to our mansion with his private army first thing in the morning, and made preparations. For some reason, plenty of evidence indicating the landlord's wrongdoings turned up. The one who gave Princess Iris the body-swapping divine relic was him too. Some say the landlord couldn't hide his evil deeds anymore and fled in the night. I see. And so, there's no need to flee anymore. Put down your bags. I heeded the judgment of darkness and took my backpack off. Megumin and Aqua behind me put their luggage down too. I was planning to find a faraway land to spend time as a farmer before everything settled. Forget it, this is great too. What's the matter, Darkness? Come in. I rushed Darkness, who was standing at the entrance and refusing to move. But she remained stubborn with an expressionless face. What is it, Darkness? Something happened? Megumin asked and Aqua shouted, "Ah." That's right, Megumin wasn't in the church from the start, so you don't know. Listen. Darkness was bought by Kazuma. Kazuma shouldered Darkness's debt and even said, "You're mine now. Pay back my hard-earned money with your body." Darkness is scared of what Kazuma might do and doesn't dare to come in, right? Ha. Hey, let's talk a little. A lot of the details are wrong. No, your content's correct, but the fine details are off. And the way you put it's terrible. With a red glow in her eyes, Megumin looked at me as if I were trash. Darkness shook her head. No, that's not the issue. Kazuma did ask me to pay back with my body, and called me a perverted crusader though. Ah, Megumin has started chanting her spell. Darkness suddenly lowered her head in a bow. Sorry. I troubled everyone because of my willfulness. Even I feel that I did something stupid. I hope everyone can forgive me. Aqua and Megumin rushed to Darkness's side when they saw her like this. Let bygones be bygones, you're back safely after all. I don't mind. Kazuma might have lost plenty of things, but this man has the habit of not wanting to work if he has money. This is just fine. That's right, or rather. If this didn't happen, I wouldn't have been able to visit Darkness's house. If I didn't, I wouldn't have noticed that your father had been cursed. That's right, we need to find the criminal who cursed him. I suspect it was done by that masked devil. My divine eyes can't be mistaken. Let's teach him a lesson. Darkness stared right at me as the other two consoled her. I really owe Kazuma a huge favor this time. You abandoned everything and turned it into cash. It won't be immediate, but the money Kazuma paid on my behalf will be returned by the kingdom in the future. When my father recovers, we'll calculate the amount from the impounded property of the landlord. However, Darkness's face turned gloomy. However, the intellectual property you sold won't come back. You mentioned that you were planning to live peacefully as a businessman, but now. It's about that, huh? Forget about that. I learned cooking too, so setting up a small shop and making dishes from my country will earn me some pocket change. Ha, wait, the money will be returned to me. It suddenly sunk in and I asked with a serious face. Yes, it will be returned. The entire 2 billion used. The compensation for the landlord's mansion and the cost of the damaged buildings will be reimbursed to you. After all, these are all costs that arose in the process of protecting this town. It should have been borne by the landlord managing this land in the first place. But now that I think of it, why'd I accept the proposal of the landlord to pay up? As if I was hit by hypnosis. Also, why are evidences of his wrongdoings popping up all over the place? Darkness pointed out the illogical parts in confusion, but that wasn't important. It's not important at all. 2. You say 2 billion. So I don't need to work anymore for my entire life. Wait. There are 24 hours in a day, and that one service charges 5,000 Eris for 3 hours. With 2 billion, I could spend my entire life in a blissful dream. When I was thinking about that, Megumin and Aqua closed in on me. Kazuma today feels something really handsome. Hey Kazuma-san, I want an extravagant pet house for Emperor Zell. That's right, he's really handsome. I always thought Kazuma's a handsome guy. By the way, I want a magic item that enhances magical powers. Ah, you're a bunch of sluts who smelled gold. Darkness, what is it? Darkness remained unmoved at the entrance as she watched our interaction. Really, just let it go. You worked hard to cover for us all this while, right? Although going that far by yourself yesterday was really maddening, I'm a little glad too, so let's call it even. And the entire sum will be returned as well, so isn't that good enough? Let's write off what happened yesterday. To be honest, the money I'll be getting back was so huge that I didn't really care about these trivial matters. And I've been holed up in the house recently, so I wanted to book that service immediately, then find the most expensive hotel room in town and stay there for a week. But Darkness became gloomy when she heard the term write off. Which means, What you said about buying me's void too. Megumin and Aqua closed in on me and stared at my face. Spare me. Of course it's void. That's it, forget about everything that happened yesterday. Darkness became more depressed when she heard that. Could this be the roundabout way of Darkness's love confession, hinting at me that she wants to be my property? Ignoring my expectations, Darkness lowered her head as if she was about to cry. And, about that letter. The letter about leaving the party. Oh, I see, Darkness was planning to leave the team. Since yesterday's incident is void, the thing about her using her body to repay me will be void. What, my expectation was wasted. Really, such things. What are you talking about? Darkness is our important crusader. We'll never let her go, right? Right, forget about that now. Darkness likes pretending to be retarded sometimes. Isn't the only place you can be right here with us? Damn it, they said it first. But Darkness was poking her index fingers at each other in front of her chest, looking up at me with an uneasy gaze. She wouldn't relax unless I said it myself. Before I could speak, Darkness already started. My only strong point's defense, I'm a crusader who can't even hit the enemy with my attacks. However, may I join your party again? I smiled wryly at Darkness, who wasn't used to using formal speech. Of course. Welcome back. She answered. I am back. With tears in her eyes, Darkness showed a relieved smile. Hey Kazuma, you still think it's a pity, right? Letting Darkness pay you back with her body has some elements of lewdness, right? Aqua, who was the best at not reading the mood, raised this point with a giggle. What the hell was this girl saying? Speaking of which, you announced to everyone that Darkness is yours, right? What's that? A confession of love? Like the time Union said she wanted a baby, and when you got tamed by Iris so easily in the capital, and now this. Why are you so easily won over? And you tried to make a move on me when we were sleeping together in the Crimson Demon Village too. You're too frivolous. Be more serious about life. Megumin was displeased as she complained. What was she talking about? Was this jealousy or what? You should make it clear. Act like the girls in a harem anime, make it easier to understand. Darkness's expression was also turning strange. She still looked uneasy, but her eyes shifted between me and Megumin, who were acting as if we were having a lover's spat. But by the way, when Kazuma broke into my house last time, I almost crossed the line with him. Darkness revealed something unnecessary with an embarrassed face, making Aqua and Megumin yelp. Hey, don't say it. That was just a failed attempt. Seeing my weak rebuke, Megumin and Aqua yelled again. Failed attempt? I walked right into that. Hey Kazuma, are you retarded? Megumin and I were working hard to bring Darkness back. What were you thinking? Kazuma. You didn't go to bring Darkness back, but went there for a night raid? Your stock value as a man has fallen into the abyss. Just what the hell were you doing? What was with that? Leaving the teasing of Megumin in the Crimson Demon Village aside, I didn't do anything wrong this time. Darkness became fidgety with an embarrassed face. Although I said night raid. He only barged into my room late in the night, covered my mouth before I could scream and pushed me down onto the bed. Then pressed me down so I couldn't resist with my other hand. During the intense struggle, my clothes tore open and my stomach was toyed with. Hey, wait. No, that did happen. But. When she heard my protest, Megumin pulled away from me in a flash. I already know that Kazuma sees Darkness with lusty eyes, but to think you're actually a man who's fine with any woman. I thought Kazuma was a weakling but had an honest side. I thought you were somewhat serious that time, but you just wanted to get laid, huh? You can frolic with anyone in bed as long as it's a woman, right? You trash. I wish you could let me say my piece too. If this goes on, I'll become the biggest trash of them all. Before I could explain to Megumin, Aqua followed up with another attack. That's right, when I was sleeping beside Kazuma in the stables in the past, this beast kept ogling my body. That's definitely impossible. Why? Pushing Aqua, who was on the verge of tears and attempting to strangle me with one hand. Darkness was embarrassed but was still snickering happily. This woman, she just wanted to get back at me because of the failed night raid, and me using her voice to spread all kinds of rumors. As Darkness crossed her arms and snickered at me, watching me struggle helplessly. You were the one who enticed me, asking if I wanted to become adults together. I chastised her softly. That's wrong? I was thinking that since I was marrying the landlord, I might as well. You admitted. Darkness admitted that she started it. What a twist. Well, I can read the mood too, so I'll bring Emperor Zell's egg to suntan in the park. Darkness, you shameless slut. You were acting all prim and proper like the female lead in a tragedy, but you were actually just flirting around. I was wrong to worry about you. Wait. Well, wait a moment, stop. Megumin poked Darkness's cheek with the tip of her staff and Darkness glared at me with resentment. It seemed like she still wanted to go at it. I held back Aqua, who was trying to leave with an egg in her arms, and brought up something I didn't want to point out before Darkness cooled down. Hey Aqua, a question. How does a family registry for marriage work in this country? I suddenly raised a different topic. Why are you asking that? First, on the morning of the ceremony, the couple will submit the family registering documents to the relevant authorities. In the afternoon, they'll then hold the ceremony. Aqua seemed to have realized what I was trying to say. Megumin, whose expression turned stiff, noticed too. What's the problem? Only the unworldly noble lady couldn't keep up. Megumin was probably trying to console her. It's common to see people who've divorced once nowadays, yup. Darkness finally noticed and raised her head in shock. An aristocratic lady, a masochist, a virgin, and a divorcee. Just how many traits does this girl want? How should this be interpreted? Darkness was abducted in the middle of the wedding. The next day, the groom had already run away. Theoretically speaking, Darkness was abandoned by that old man. Aqua's words that bore no ill will made Darkness tremble violently for a moment. She then looked at me uneasily. Well, family registry's just a trivial matter anyway. Don't worry about it. Deserted wifeness. Darkness turned and ran away bawling. Epilogue 2. Chris and Eris. That's what happened. Darkness then shut herself in her father's home and refused to come out. I need to plan a one-man infiltration again. This was an elegant cafe in the downtown area of Axel. It was a secluded shop, and apart from us, there weren't any other customers. You're mean as usual. Don't bully Darkness too much, okay? She might look strong, but is actually very delicate, you know? I know. Speaking of which, what be you been doing, Chris? You sure took a long time to return from the capital. I was recounting the commotion that transpired to Chris, who had returned from the capital. Chris scratched the scar on her cheek troublingly. I was busy with some other things. I was in the vicinity of Axel recently, but was called to go to some other place. I finally came back after settling my backlogs. She then lay on the table and stretched her back lazily. Called? By who? The Thieves' Guild or something. Well, there are all sorts of things to settle after people die, right? You're part-timing in a funeral house? Chris didn't answer and simply sighed deeply. To think that the divine relic was in the landlord's mansion. When I infiltrated the landlord's villa the other time, I was confused by the divine relic Aquasan was holding. A while ago, I searched for 2 divine relics in the capital together with Chris. The last one was found in the basement of the landlord's mansion. Chris retrieved it the moment she returned to town. The effect of the relic was to summon a random monster and control it. What was the landlord planning to do with it? After listening to my explanation, Chris drank the coffee that had cooled in one go. Anyway, it ended well this time. Thank you for saving Darkness, Assistant Cohen. It was my pleasure, Big Boss. We smiled at each other. Sigh. I still need to retrieve the other divine relics. Hey Assistant Cohen, you. Just to be clear, I'm a busy man. After my preemptive rejection, Chris puffed her cheeks and glared at me. The remuneration. I don't need money. Chris scratched the scar on her cheek, a little troubled. It can't be helped then. I'll look you up for help when the time comes, okay? She then stood up with a gentle smile. Her smile just now and the way she scratched her cheek felt a little off. Or rather, I saw that somewhere recently. I've been bothered by this for a while now. Chris will call Darkness and Megumin by name, but will add a san when addressing Aqua. More importantly, her name resembles that other person. So does her hair and the color of her eyes. On the other hand, that person addresses Aqua as senpai and adds a san to Megumin. But she addressed Darkness directly by name. Maybe to her, Darkness was a close friend. Driven by the urge of doing mischief. I stood up and said to Chris, who was waving goodbye to me. By the way, Erisama. Where'd you take the divine relic you retrieved from the landlord? Oh, that one? I cast a seal onto it and dumped it into the lake where the hydra's resting eternally. Chris. No, the goddess Eris. With her usual gentle smile on her face, she suddenly stiffened up. Short story, The Devil and the Forbidden Book. This happened when I stayed outside until it was late and was making my way back home. What's going on? Even though it's this late, for some reason, there's a whole bunch of people lined up next to an alley. And there were several familiar faces in the line. My sense of curiosity getting the better of me, I walked up to them and asked. Excuse me, what's this line for? Free frequent customer. What are you doing here at such a time? Within the queue are the one-isans who often entertain me at the store. I, human. Why would a human appear at this time? Oh no, we've been discovered. Will today's sale be cancelled? The people in the line started raising a fuss upon seeing me. No, it's fine. This man is a frequent customer at our store. He already knows that we are succubi. Hearing the words of the one-isan, the people in the queue let out a sigh of relief. In other words, none of the people in this queue are human. Well, you see, tonight, the store we are lined up in front of will release an extremely shocking gravure magazine. An extremely shocking gravure magazine? I'm really looking forward to it ever since it was announced. I've been looking forward to this day. I've been praying to the evil gods every day since it was announced. I heard the two men right in front of the line say. Now that I pay attention, almost every single devil in the line had an extremely excited expression on their faces. Is it really that shocking? That's the situation, so, frequent customer, could you do us a favor and keep what you've seen here a secret? Saying that, the one-isan gave me a deep bow. Of course I'll keep it a secret. Actually, I'll line up too. All the devils present let out a shocked gasp. Is that really okay? I don't know if I should be the one to say this, but it's a really shocking gravure magazine. If a young devil who hasn't developed much resistance to such matters were to read it, it might even cost them a few of their lives. I want to see it even more. Just who is that human? Does he have a death wish? Don't you know? He's a frequent customer at our store, and is on friendly terms with Vonner-sama. Such murmurs started spreading throughout the crowd. For some reason, some of them started looking at me with envious gazes. At that time. Thank you for lining up at my shop this late, everyone. Please enter. The one who announced that was Vonner. Well, judging from where we were, I suspected that it might be the case. The devils rushed to buy the book, and those that got their hands on a copy treated it like it was some kind of valuable treasure. Hey, hurry up and flip the page. I want to see what's next. I understand how you feel, but calm down. Don't let it get to your head. This page is way too stimulating. The male devils at the front of the line immediately engrossed themselves in the book the moment they got their hands on them, seemingly unable to contain themselves any longer. Kaya. Oh. That's why I said that you're still too young for this. You just lost a life there. Possibly because she got too excited after hearing the exclamations of the devils up front, but the lowly succubus who was once caught by Aqua spurted out a spray of blood from her nose and collapsed. Is it really that amazing? Just when I had my hopes raised. Oh, my apologies, they are all sold out. The people still in line, please hold on to your tickets and await the next reprint. Vonner announced such disappointing news. I pushed my way past the devils who were heading the other way with glum expressions, and confronted Vonner. Hey, hold it right there. Raising my expectations so much just to pull this on me. Isn't that too much? Oh. Moi was wondering why I was feeling such delicious dark emotions. So it's because of this perverted brat who falls head over heels for succubi. What are you doing here? I'm very interested in that extremely shocking gravure magazine. Is there really not a single copy left? You aren't a devil, so why are you interested in it? Well, you are an important customer. I do have a book I've been keeping on hand in the event of any errors, but... Hearing our conversation, the succubi who I was with earlier started to raise a din. How could this be? Frequent customer, you're way too sly. At least give me a look. Me too. Give me a peek too. Well, it's not like I can't understand how they feel. With high expectations, I opened the book in front of the succubi. A bed of roses was depicted on the first page, and in the middle of it was Vonner's mask. Yes, only Vonner's mask. Ah. Vonner-sama's nude form. This is amazing. I can't believe that even the underside of Vonner-sama's mask is. Unlike the excited succubi around me, I only made a puzzled expression. And Vonner cheerfully said. You really are a strange man. To desire my gravure magazine, do you perhaps hold romantic feelings towards me? Sadly, us devils have no gender, so moi cannot answer your feelings. Oh, that's an intense swell of dark emotions. It's delicious indeed. Short story, make a show of gratitude every now and then. Oh. It might be summer, but this attire is still too sexy. Are you trying to seduce me? The first thing I said after returning to the mansion made Darkness, who was walking around in a skimpy attire, freeze. Hey, what are you saying? Saying such things the moment you come back. The weather's too hot, so it can't be helped. I'm not trying to seduce you. You might be saying that, but you're actually looking forward to it a little, right? What? What's wrong with you today? After hearing our exchange, the jaw of Megumin, who was playing a board game with Aqua, dropped. What's happening all of a sudden? Kazuma might frequently sexually harass others, but he's way too straightforward. I took a glance at Megumin. Megumin's wearing a one-piece today, huh? Megumin, who has a boyish personality, should go all out and just go naked. What's wrong with this guy? Why are you suddenly spouting such nonsense? Megumin said in a panic while Aqua sat before her with her arm crossed and nodded. No, actually. A magic item that reveals your thoughts? That's right. Wiz asked me to test out this new magic item. When Wiz in her skimpy summer dress asked me with upturned eyes, I happily accepted it. That's how it was. On my head right now was a hat handed to me by Wiz. I wasn't asking why you accepted. No, that was just your thoughts leaking out. But why'd Wiz make such a magic item? It was developed with the idea of realizing conversations with monsters and animals. By the way, Wiz wanted to test it out on animals. I think she mentioned about taking it to a beef farmer she knew for testing. Why didn't you stop, Wiz? Wouldn't that make it hard for the cow farmer to work? I looked at Aqua, who was still motionless, focusing on the board game before her. I took off the hat and placed it on her head. What should I do? If I move the piece here, Megumin with her twisted personality will definitely target it. What should I do? Betting a side dish on one match was a bad idea. If this goes on, I can only eat condiments with rice tonight. I should have used rock paper scissors to decide the match. I would just need to cast blessing magic to settle it. When the voice of Aqua came out from the top of her head, Megumin pounced on her straight away. Hey, what are you doing, Megumin? The board's a mess now. The match is void now, right? There isn't enough time for another match, so let's settle this with rock paper scissors. That surprised me, but this is a good chance. Did the weather get to her? It's great that Megumin's as impatient as Darkness. So that's how you think of me. I'm an arch-wizard known for being cool and collected, nothing like Darkness at all. Wait, I don't think I'm that impatient. And what do the both of you usually think about me? I gently removed the hat from Aqua and put it on. That's how this magic item works. Oh, the big tits girl's still looking at me suspiciously. You wear it for a change then. Big tits girl? Is that how you call me in your mind? Stop. I don't want to wear this thing, wear it yourself if you want. TCH, I was planning to ask how many times you masturbate a day after you put it on. And an aristocratic lady won't do something as shameless as masturbation. Stop. Really, I'm not lying. I'm not lying, so don't force the hat on me. After seeing Darkness's reaction, Megumin sighed. Really? I think it'd be better if this magic item isn't developed. Kazuma, take it off. Just tell was what I said. It can't be helped. Forget it then. I was showered in cold glares by women on my way home too. I won't dare go near the place for the time being. What were you thinking on your entire way here? Were there any police patrolling the area? I took off the hat, lazily stretched my back and walked to the kitchen. By the way, Aqua, the rock paper scissors just now's void. To think that you'll actually secretly cast blessing. Don't be too rampant with your cheating. Let's have another proper match. How do you know? No, you're just pulling a fast one. Where's the evidence? Right, show the evidence that I actually secretly used magic. Give it up, Aqua. Your dinner tonight will be rice with condiments. Why? While listening to the commotion in the living room, I placed the hat on top of the wine bottle on the table as I prepared to make dinner. Thank you for tending to my tomb and telling me stories of adventures all this while. I turned and looked at the hat in surprise because of the sudden voice. What was that? My imagination? No, I heard it pretty clearly. At this moment, Aqua's cries came from the living room. Kazuma-san. The two of them are so mean. Hey, please make more dinner tonight. They were really troublesome. I made an extra dish.